Why is Donald Trump using $20 billion to prop up the Argentine peso in an effort that almost every single economist agrees will ultimately fail? The answer is not that Trump and Milei of Argentina are just ideological MAGA pals. It's because of corruption. And it's because the Treasury Secretary has many friends whose hedge funds, like this dude right here, Mr. Citron, are heavily invested in Argentina, and they need an opportunity to pull their money out. Instead of floating the Argentine peso, which would have caused a temporary increase in inflation and a reduction in Argentinian consumer buying power, Milei decided to pursue a policy of a crawling peg and then a kind of window that he wanted to keep the peso in. Well, investors are losing confidence in the Argentine economy and they are fleeing. And so now we are buying pesos using something called the Exchange Rate Stabilization Fund to prop up the peso's value. However, this is not sustainable. The 20 billion or 40 billion is going to run out and there will be a run on the peso. And that is a inevitable outcome that almost every economist believes because we have seen this same pattern play out in Latin America many, many times. The corruption here on both the US and Argentinian side is staggering. Mr. Citron, that hedge fund manager that needs to get his money out of Argentina, flew on a plane with the leaders of CPAC's lobbying arm, the Conservative Political Action Committee, which is very tied in to the Trump administration. And the owner of that plane is somebody who is getting beneficial contracts from the Milei government in Argentina. And he went down to Argentina just hours before our Treasury Secretary, one of the worst gays in the world, met with Mr. Milei. All of this so Mr. Bessent, who worked with these hedge fund managers when he worked for George Soros, which is kind of like the sickest irony of all of this, this is so that they have time to get their money out of Argentina while we are using our taxpayer dollars to prop up the peso in an effort that will eventually fail. And that is something that almost all economists agree about because we are not going to put hundreds of billions of dollars on the line to prop up the Argentine peso indefinitely. This effort will fail, but by the time it does, the corrupt friends of the Treasury Secretary will have had their opportunity to get their money out of Argentina because they made failed bets on Milei and his economic reforms being successful. And that's the reality here.